This video is about mixed numbers and improper fractions, which we talked about a little bit in the last lesson, and we know how to put it in the calculator. Today we're going to actually talk about what they are. So on the next slide we've got an example of a mixed number here. So we've got 1 5/8 and we've got 13/8. So the key thing is that we can work out, we've got one whole object there, and it's divided up into 8 parts, and then this object, second object, is 8 parts, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5 of them are shaded. That's where the 1 here and the 5 come from. So we're now comfortable that that diagram represents 1 5/8, so a whole 1 on the left and 5/8 on the right. But it also says down the bottom here that it's 13 equal to 13/8. So where does the 13 come from? And we should be relatively comfortable that if I have 5, that's followed by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So really a mixed number, which is what we've got on the left hand side, a mixed number, is that it's a whole number with a fraction that isn't top heavy, and an improper fraction is a top heavy, but they're the same thing, just represented in a different way. There's sometimes when it's an advantage to have a fraction as a mixed number, there's sometimes it's an advantage to have a improper fraction. So if we take a look at this question here, if we take a look at the first one, we've got 2 1/3, so we've got 2 whole circles that are shaded in, and a third because there's 3 parts in the circle. So what would that be as an improper? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'd be 7 over 3, because each circle is divided into 3 parts. Have a go at the rest of the questions up to 6 and see how you get on. So pause the video and then in your book write the answers. So pause the video now. Hopefully you've had a go at answering those questions. Let's have a look at the answers. Okay, there we go. There are the answers. So you can see in question 2, I actually counted them out and ended up with 15. Hopefully you did the same and you counted them all the way through. So question 3 is 11 over 7. 4 is 14 over 5. 13 over 6. And question 6 is 15 over 18. Sorry, not 18, 8. Okay, so this next one I want you to have a look at is working in the opposite direction, and you'll have to shade in the values. So you can see in question 1, what they've done is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you can see that we have 1 whole, 2 whole, and 1. So that's 2 1/4. So I'll show you in the second one. We're looking at thirds. So we've got the thirds shaded in, and we've got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 1 whole, 2 whole, 3 whole, and 1/3. So it's 3 and 1 divided by 3. All right. Have a go at doing that again on your sheet of paper. If you have to draw the diagrams, do it. It would be good to make sure you've got this clear in your mind. So go through, number out the parts, and then look for how many holes you've got. Okay, so pause the video now. Okay, so hopefully you had a go at that. Let's have a look at the answers. Okay, there are the answers. Hopefully you got those correct. So counting them out. So for question 3, it's 5 different sections, so that's 2.5. Question 4 is we got 3 3/4. Question 5, 2 2/5. And 6, we've got 1 5/6. So the good news is you don't necessarily have to worry about doing these by hand. You can look at them using your calculator. So if you've got your calculator with you, it's probably a good idea to get it out, and then we can go through a couple of problems here. We're going to convert 1 2/5 to an improper fraction, and second of all, we're going to change a 11/3 to a mixed number. Okay, so the steps you need to take for putting 1 2/5 is we need to press Shift, and we need to get that triple box by pressing the double box again. So remember, Shift, double box, then putting our numbers in. So 1, move across, 2, press down, 5, then we press equals, and it puts it into the calculator. So it might be, you'll notice that we've got a mixed number, it's written as a mixed number as our answer. So it might be that you want it as an improper fraction. The key thing we need to do is press Shift and then SD. Shift SD, and you'll notice that it then changes to 7/5. So you can always change between a mixed number and an improper fraction by pressing Shift SD. Okay, so converting 11/3, we need to use the double box, then just type in 11, then down, press 3, equals, and you can see it's a mixed number again. If we want it to appear as a mixed number, as an improper fraction, you can press SD again as well. So press Shift SD, and you get 11/3, which is what you want. So you can always interchange it by pressing those buttons. Now, if you're using, okay, we're going to have a go at doing the same fractions, mixed number and improper fraction with the other calculator. So it's not pretty much the same. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we go into that run menu. So press 1, or we can move across to it and make sure that we press execute, and that gives us a clear screen. So once you've done that, the buttons are pretty simple. It's 1 ABC, then 2 ABC, press execute again. 5, then execute. And you end up with an improper fraction. Now, to convert that to a mixed number, you can press Shift to D. To convert 11/3 to a mixed number, just put it in as it looks. Again, if you want to convert it, it goes back using that. So the key thing again is, rather than the previous one, it's F and D rather than S and D, and we just use the ABC buttons as you'd expect. Okay, there's a worksheet for you to complete converting improper fractions and mixed numbers. Get the emulator up if you need it, otherwise you can use your own calculators.